you haven't heard of Genshin Impact by now, there's actually a pretty interesting reason behind it. MiHoYo, the developers behind Honkai the Impact III and now Genshin Impact, actually paid top dollar to ad companies to avoid certain users. And those users were broke ass bitches. Genshin Impact is the first ever AAA gacha game that I could think of in recent history from, again, the studio MiHoYo. Released on PC, mobile, and PS4, and apparently coming to PS5, it's the first of its kind, really, to break out of the gacha dedicated fanbase.
Rip Xbox users, by the way. You guys just can't seem to stop taking L's.
For those unaware of what a gacha game is, gacha games are video games that implement the gacha, aka capsule toy vending machine mechanic. Gachas in Japan are little machines in which you put in money, crank a wheel, and get a random toy from a series from that specific gacha. Gachas are special because certain toys are more rare than others, making you want to roll multiple times to try your hand at the higher valued toy. Most gacha games are free to play mobile games at this point, where the gacha serves as an incentive to spend real world money. Until, of course, now. With Genshin Impact exploding in the PC market, we've seen a gacha explosion like no other. Fast forward 2 weeks, how exactly is Genshin doing? Genshin Impact was downloaded on mobile alone 17 million times, just on mobile. And within 2 weeks, it's earned $100 million, completely recouping its AAA development costs. We don't even have the numbers for PC yet, but who the fuck is playing Abyss on their phone? You have to be swiping faster than a hot girl moving to a new city on Tinder. So how is this gacha game turned money printing machine? I'll be the first to admit, this game is gorgeous. No other anime game on the market right now can compete with how good this game looks in this art style. Exploring the world is made so much easier with how beautiful the environments are, and of course the waifus, and I'll actually mention the husbandos. Because yeah, we finally have an anime game with a decent amount of husbandos as well, and we're not just talking about Silver Ash and Arknights. But with waifus, there comes the trash. And it's in. Despite the kernel level anti-cheat that continues to run even after the game closed directly from a Chinese company, the launch was pretty smooth. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the story. TLDR, you and your brother or sister, depending on who you choose, isekai yourselves on a regular basis trying to find a world that doesn't have shit gachas in them. Then mommy MiHoYo steps in, steals your sibling, and traps you in the lowest percentage gacha world in the known universe. Eventually, after you save emergency rations aka Paimon from being fish food and becoming your food, you find yourself in the town of Mondstadt where you begin your adventures of gacha. Now, I've been talking a bit about percentages. I really want to qualify all my statements here, so let's kind of compare here with some rates from other incredibly popular gacha games. I got these mostly from Google and some friends, so if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. So let's start off with one that I've also played called Fire Emblem Heroes. This has a 6% chance for a 5-star unit. Dragalia, a 4% chance for a 5-star unit. Epic 7, a 1.25% chance for a 5-star character, and Fate Grand Order, 1% chance for a 5-star character. Sounds pretty low, doesn't it? Welcome to Genshin Impact, motherfucker. 0.6% chance. Yes, 0.6%. Well, a 0.6% chance, so it can't be too expensive, right? Wrong, you dumb bitch. In order to eventually get a pity roll, in which Genshin just laughs at you for spending so much money on rolls they finally throw you a 5-star, you have to roll 10 times on the same banner. And this is 10 times 10 rolls, so technically 100 rolls. Well, how much is a banner, Favi? I'm glad you asked, my little waifu winker. A 10 roll on Genshin Impact is 1600 Primo Gems. You buy Genesis Crystals, $2 gambling was in China. which are 1-to-1 with Primo Gems, typically to sell higher packages that will discount higher priced packages to be better deals, so that you can buy the highest package for a roll rather than say a $15 plus two $5. They equal out $25. So we'll measure this in two ways. 60 crystals cost $1, which means that 1600 is $27 rounded up because you can't go below $1. But let's be nice. They offer the $30 package, which is the only package that single-handedly will allow for a 10 roll, and thus will be the package everyone goes to for a single 10 roll, which discounts. With that discount, $1 equals 66 crystals, meaning that you save a whopping $2 for a $25 10 roll. $25 for a 10 roll. That is $250 to guarantee yourself a single 5-star you may or may not even want. And each 5-star has 6 constellations, which means you need to roll the same 5-star 7 times in order to fully unlock all their stats. So who's buying these packages? Who's buying rolls? Who's spending thousands and thousands of dollars to roll these gachas? Well, I did a little digging on Twitch. It's been interesting watching the Twitch streamers, and every Twitch streamer I'm about to show you, I like them a lot. So I hope if any of them see this, don't take too much offense to this. But let's start with one where you can kind of hear the beginning of the end for Dyrus.
My God, and I can. God, man, I'm rolling.
You're rolling. Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club, Dyrus. Just welcome. Or when you're so deep down the rabbit hole that you kind of have a hard time admitting you have a problem at that point, and just kind of use rounding up numbers as a way to justify $200 extra.
Just like, I mean, okay, spending $1,300 on a gacha game isn't really like you need a nice clean number like 1,500. 1,500 is a nice clean one.
I mean, it's only $200. I mean, what's $200 when you've already spent $1,300 on a single game?
Love you, Baro. Please don't hate me.
Or when you find yourself finally getting that character you've been rolling, you've been dying for, after just spending a measly $2,000.
Please, there's a god out there. Oh my God! Yes! Oh, wait, really? Yeah, you did it!
Or when you just have so much fucking money that you can just win the game at AR level 15 and just rightfully declare everybody else a peasant.
Go ahead. Say something, you stupid fat fucking virgin pussies. I'm the best gamer ever. I have everything I could ever want in this game.
Of course, there's no shortage either of YouTubers who are incredibly proud to drop thousands on gacha games in order to clickbait people, a la Jake Paul style, for that nice flex.
It may look like I'm just bursting money in the air, but I'm here spending money to win your hearts, guys.
I feel like at that point it would just be cheaper to viewbot. Okay, outside of the gacha, how is the game though? Personally, I've gotten to AR36 and honestly, I've had a great time. The story itself is pretty solid for an anime gacha game and kept me wanting to go through all the quests if not just for the adventure ranks. Once you finish the story, you'll end up around AR32, where the real gamers rise up and resin becomes the new money sink. In Genshin, each character has a level, and you have your own level called the adventure rank. This rank is the most important as it's what unlocks content and furthers the world. As you rank up, enemies become higher levels, which in return drops more rare artifacts and weapons, which is what develops your character. In order to level your adventure rank, you have to become the goddamn Where's Wallow Prophet. I have 4 dailies every day, and 120 resin to spend on domains, aka dungeons, world bosses, or ley lines for character EXP/Mora, which is the in-game currency. For reference, each domain and leyline cost 20 resin, and these give 100 adventure EXP per. World bosses cost 40 resin and give 200 adventure EXP. So that's 6 domains /leylines or 3 world bosses a day. But Favi, what if I want to play longer than 20 minutes a day on 6 dungeons? I'm glad you asked, my big booty bitch. You see, this is the point where you either pull out the wallet or decide you absolutely hate your life. You can refill 60 resin at a time for a starting low price of 50 Primo Gems, aka $1, and then 100 after that for $2. And I've never gone beyond that because I'm free to play and not a fucking loser. Now, if you're like me or I'm a cutie pie, and have learned to accept the fact that you're a degenerate beyond your wildest dreams, you can search the entire map for chests for hours and hours and hours and hours opening chests for 10 to 30 XP at a time. And that leads us to what is currently the endgame for Genshin Impact, and that is the Spiral Abyss. Truly one of the most challenging and expensive endgames I've ever dealt with in my life. The Spiral Abyss is broken into 8 floors, each with 3 chambers in them. Once you're able to clear all 8 floors, the Abyss Moon Spiral unlock, which is the constantly rotating content that is reserved for the tax bracket that not many of us can hope to achieve for. Okay, so listen. At the end of the day, Genshin Impact is a really good AAA gacha game. I've played it for a good 60 hours now in the past 2 weeks, taking a little bit of a break to kind of just ride out my resin to kind of keep as free to play as possible. I'm not going to stop playing it just because I don't want to put as much money into it as other people are, but I'm having a lot of fun, and I've reached actually pretty high in the Spiral Abyss. I've gotten to stage 9 without spending more than $15. All I bought was the battle pass, and then I bought the monthly gem, which I think are the 2 things that are typically worth it in gacha games, as most gacha players will tell you. And that's kind of where my spending stops, just to kind of see how far I can get in this game. It's kind of a personal challenge to myself to see if I can go truly free to play. I have no issue with people spending money in this game. If you feel like you're getting as much enjoyment out of this game as you spend, I typically like to make a rule for myself that I need at least $1 for every hour I get out of the game. So if I get 1,000 hours out of the game and I spent $1,000, I feel like I've kind of gotten my money's worth. However, at the end of the day, I do think there are some practices in this game that need to be talked about. I don't think enough people really discuss how predatory gacha games like this can be, especially on younger people. And I think they're very predatory towards gambling addiction. So I'm hoping that we can kind of open up a dialogue about this, and that we can stop kind of glorifying spending $4,000 on getting a 6 constellation venti to put on a YouTube video to buy everybody's love. But hey, that's the end of the video. If you happen to enjoy it, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe down below. I appreciate you guys hanging out, watching the video this long. If you happen to enjoy it and want to see more, you're more than welcome to come hang out with us on Twitch or in the Discord. I'll have all the links down below where you can check everything out and come hang out with us live, talk about the game, giving your opinions on what you think of Genshin Impact, the monetization model. I'm incredibly interested to hear what people have. And if you're interested in seeing more videos like this from me, let me know in the comments. So I'll check you guys later.